In the NBA, Kyrie returns to Brooklyn. Also in the NBA, a possible finals preview. In the NFL, we have some coaching changes with some connections to last year's title winners. An ending of a big streak in hockey, another upset in college basketball, and there's some baseball news, including something I forgot to mention yesterday. Thank you for joining today for your daily sports update for the 6th of February, 2024. My name is Lewis. If you're not familiar with my channel here, what I do is I just give you enough information to, as I call it, to have some water cooler talk with your peers or your friends at work, especially if you don't follow sports, you at least have the information. If you do follow sports, at least you'll have a little, hopefully someone that agrees with you on your viewpoints. So what we're going to do is get right into it. I mentioned baseball. I missed a huge baseball signing yesterday, and so for that, I do apologize. But Kansas City and Bobby Witt Jr. agreed to an 11-year deal. The exact amount of money was $288.7 million for the 23-year-old shortstop who's just now entering his third season. I'm a little bitter. I was talking to a friend of mine about this and said it's incredible to think that Kansas City just had a World Series in 2015, and 8 years later they're in a rebuild and they're starting with Bobby Witt Jr. Now, if you don't know about him, he's the most recent 30-30 guy to have 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, had just under 100 RBIs on the season. Just an incredible player for Kansas City, a homegrown player at that. And what they're hoping is that he would be the foundation they can build around. Last year, he hit 200. Wow. He hit 276 with 30 homers, 96 RBIs. He had 40 walks and struck out 121 times. Like we said, he is just entering his third season and now has an incredible deal. Clayton Kershaw, the Dodger phenom for so long, has reached an agreement on a new contract. He turns 36. It's hard to believe that he's been around that long. But it's reported that he's going to sign a 1-year contract with a player option for the next year. No financial information was released, but it'll be good for the Dodgers to see with the big signing of Shohei Ohtani this summer. We'll get to see how this will turn out. I say this winter, sorry. We'll see how this turns out for the Dodgers. And lastly, one more huge signing. The Houston Astros and Jose Altuve agree on a 5-year, $125 million extension, which all but guarantees he will retire Houston Astro. This season we were getting ready to start here is his final season on his current deal, which would pay him $26 million. And his new deal will begin in 2025, the 2025 season, and take him through 2029. He has 2 World Series titles there with the Astros, and I'm sure they're excited to see him continue his career with them. So, sorry about missing that. I don't know how I missed the Witt deal yesterday, but I did, so we'll go ahead and take it and move forward. In women's college basketball, there were 2 top 25 games. Number 21, Creighton wins at Xavier, 77-46. Xavier drops to 1-19 on the season and 0-11 in the Big East. Creighton improves to 19-3, 10-2 in the Big East. And West Virginia, number 22 in the nation, wins at home against Texas Tech, 82-59. In men's college basketball, we did mention there was an upset. I didn't tell you which side it was on, but you figured out that it was on the men's side. As number 3, North Carolina, coming off that huge win against Duke this weekend, lose by 4 at home to Clemson. Clemson improves to 15-7 on the season. North Carolina drops to 18-5, 10-2 in conference. Another top 25 scores. Number 15, South Carolina holds on to win by 3, 68-65 against Ole Miss. Number 5, Houston wins at home 79-63 against Oklahoma State. Number 14, Iowa State wins at Texas 70-65. Number 18, Dayton wins at St. Joseph's 94-79. Number 21, BYU loses at Oklahoma 82-66. Number 17, Kentucky wins on the road at Vanderbilt 109-77. New Mexico, number 25 in the nation, win at Wyoming 91-73. Number 13, Baylor wins at home against number 23, Texas Tech 79-73. Sorry about that. Third time's a charm. Let's keep going. Number 13, Baylor wins at home against Texas Tech 79-73. Number 22, Utah State loses at home to Nevada 77-63. Number 24, San Diego State wins at Air Force 77-64. And of course, my boys, the number 1 ranked UConn Huskies win at home 71-62, improving to 21-2 on the season. Those are your college basketball scores. Hockey, we mentioned the ending of a big streak. The Houston Oilers, that's the old football team. The Edmonton Oilers, winners of 16 in a row, lose at Vegas 3-1 to end that 16-game winning streak. The New Jersey Devils win at home against the Avalanche 5-3. The Canucks win at Carolina 3-2 against the Hurricanes. The Canadiens win 5-2 in Washington. The Penguins win at home against the Jets 3-0. The Philadelphia Flyers win at Florida against the Panthers 2-1. The Dallas Stars win at Buffalo 2-1. And unfortunately for my fandom, the Boston Bruins lose at home against the Calgary Flames 4-1. Only Calgary's 11th win on the road, 23rd overall. Bruins dropped to 31-10-9 overall, 16-5-3 at home. Now, I mentioned NFL. I will tell you there'll be a separate video where I go over some prop bets and give you my opinions and plus my predictions, but it'll be a separate video just because we're going to have a little bit of fun with the prop bets, and I keep calling them. I'm not promoting gambling, and I'll tell you whose prop sheet I'm using or whose prop information I'm using. I'm not endorsing a website or anything like that. All I did was look online for different. I looked at different prop sheets, and I found one that I thought would work, and we're just going to run with it. But in other NFL news, the Chargers, now led by former University of Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh, will now have a defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, who also is now leaving the University of Michigan to go into the pros. Also, with that hire, the Chargers were expected to finalize a deal with Greg Roman to be their offensive coordinator. Obviously, Minter coached Michigan, or was the defensive coordinator for Michigan with Coach Jim Harbaugh. Greg Roman actually assisted Jim Harbaugh in Stanford when Coach Harbaugh was there, and then went with him to the pros when he went to San Francisco. And then most recently was coordinating for the Baltimore Ravens, not this past season, but the season before. And the Patriots also doing some coaching hires, hired longtime offensive assistant Ben McAdoo to work under first-year coach Gerard Mayo. This follows the Patriots hiring first-year offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, who also worked with McAdoo in Green Bay in 2012 and 2013. So good luck to them. There's other little NFL news, but nothing huge. Just remember the Super Bowl coming up. Well, like I said, we'll have a little more discussion on our next video. Now up, lastly, the NBA, we had a good slate of games. I did mention there was two things of note: Kyrie's return to Brooklyn and a possible finals preview going down in Phoenix. But let's go over some of the other scores. So the Indiana Pacers win at home against the Houston Rockets 132 to 129. Pascal Siakam scored 29 points. I tell you what, he's been a great pickup for the Pacers. 29 points for him, 21 points for Miles Turner, and 18 points for Tyrese Halliburton with 7 assists. For the Houston Rockets, they had 5 players in double figures. 4 of them had over 20. Jalen Green produced 30 points. 23 points came from Dylan Brooks and 20 each from Jabari Smith and Alperen Sengun. Jabari had 9 rebounds, Alperen 10 rebounds and 6 assists. Again, wasn't enough as the Pacers rallied past the Rockets. In New York, the New York Knicks win against the Memphis Grizzlies 33. I got to stop this. 123 to 113. They improved their record to 33-18 on the season. The Knicks were led in scoring by Dante DiVincenzo, who had 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Brunson chipped in 27 with 8 assists to lead 6 players in double figures. For the Memphis Grizzlies, they were led in scoring by Vince Williams, who had 19. And then they had G.G. Jackson had 16 to lead 7 players in double figures. Unfortunately, not enough. Final score was 123 to 113. Of note, Jaren Jackson did not play in this game. All right, Miami with a big convincing win against their same state rival Orlando Magic. Both teams are 27 and 24 in the season. Miami pulls out a 121-95 win. Miami was led in scoring by, yes, you got it, Bam Adebayo. 32 points, 8 rebounds for him. They also got 22 from Tyler Hero and 21 from Scary Terry Rozier, who also had 6 rebounds and 7 assists. Orlando was led in scoring by Paolo Banchero, who had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Not enough. Miami with the huge 26-point win. In Kyrie's return to Brooklyn, the Dallas Mavericks score 119 and only give up 107, which means they won by 12. Luka and Kyrie combined for 71 points. Kyrie had 36 points on 15 of 24 shooting, 6 of 10 from 3. Luka had 35 with 18 rebounds and 9 assists. So nice 1-2 punch there. Brooklyn was led in scoring by Mikal Bridges, who had 28 points. They also got 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists from Cam Thomas, and they also got 18 points from Royce O'Neal. Again, not enough for Brooklyn to spoil the return of Kyrie to Brooklyn, as Dallas holds on 119-107. 3 more games left to go. The Chicago Bulls win at home in overtime against Minnesota. Nice upset there, 129-123. At one point, the Bulls were actually down 23 points, so big comeback for them. They were led in scoring by both Kobe White and DeMar DeRozan, as they both scored 33 points. Kobe White added 7 assists and 5 rebounds. DeMar had 5 assists himself. Nikola Vucevic also provided 24 points to help the Bulls with that huge upset. Minnesota was led in scoring by Karl Anthony Towns. He had Anthony Edwards had 38 points, 12 rebounds. Then Karl Anthony Towns had 33 points. Was not enough. Big win for Chicago, coming back and then holding on to beat Minnesota. In Utah, the Jazz win 124-117 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nice big win for Utah there. Lauri Markkanen leading the way in the fourth quarter. Ended the game with 33 points, 11 rebounds. They also got 22 points from John Collins, who also had 9 rebounds. Oklahoma City led in scoring by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who had 28 points and 7 assists. They also got 26 points from Jalen Williams. But again, not enough. Utah with the 124-117 win. And then I mentioned the possible finals preview. The Milwaukee Bucks went to the desert in Phoenix, but could not pull out the win as Durant and his friends finish off the Bucks. The final score was 114-106. Phoenix was led in scoring by Devin Booker, who had 32 points. KD had 28, 10 rebounds. And Bradley Beal added in another 25 points and 10 rebounds. For Milwaukee, Giannis had 34 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. They also got 22 points from Malik Beasley. Malik shot 7 of 17 from the field, 6 of 14 from 3. But again, not enough. Phoenix with the big win. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. I will let you know that I will be traveling tomorrow, so there's a possibility that the video provided may be super late because I'm actually driving, and it's going to be overnight. And so usually I either do this right at the end of the day or I do it starting early in the morning. And both those times I will probably be on the road, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, we'll also have the prop bet NFL video. Maybe we'll run that a little bit later so that you've got this as well. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and hope that you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Thank you for having such a good time with us. Take care.